G'day trendsetters, I'm John with Gravel Cyclist. I'm coming to you today with another unboxing and features video. Inside this box is another wild and crazy controversial gravel bike that's going to blow some people's minds. Within this box is none other than the Cannondale Topstone Lefty Level 3. Without further delay, let's get the bike out of the box and take a look. Pardon the knackered box, let's hope the bike is in one piece. Looky there, there's a Lefty front wheel. There it is, the Cannondale Topstone Lefty 3 in all its glory. Let's remove all the wrapping and see how it looks beneath. Here we are folks, unwrapped. There are going to be the haters who say, it's a drop bar mountain bike, or just get a mountain bike already. I've said this before in another video concerning another controversial bike that I reviewed. This bike was designed from the ground up to be a drop bar gravel bike. It doesn't have a crazy long top tube like a mountain bike. So anyone who squawks about this bike, open your mind, because gravel cycling, anything goes. There's no rules, and I hope that never changes. Moving on, stating the obvious, there is only one fork leg with a lefty, and it's on the left side, as the name implies. Now that can be taken as a negative because your wheel set choices are limited, but I'll talk about that in the review, just covering the basics today. The lefty shock has 30 millimeters of travel, and at the back end of the bike, there are 30 millimeters of travel as well, and this is known as the Kingpin suspension system. This is the Lefty 3 build, as I mentioned earlier, so that means it's equipped with Shimano's really nice GRX 1 biomechanical drivetrain. There is a provision for a front derailleur, that's fantastic, and the crankset is by Cannondale. It's their one model. There is a 40-tooth chainring attached to the crankset, and I'm assuming because this is a Cannondale that this is a BB30 interface. If I've got that wrong, I'll overlay that above. I haven't looked up the specs on the cassette, but it looks like a 11 to 42, and it's paired to the one bi-specific GRX mechanical rear derailleur. The rest of the components on this bike are by Cannondale. At the front of the bike, you've got a flared handlebar stem, Cannondale. Seat post is a carbon Cannondale label unit, and the saddle is fabric. The wheel set is 650B and it's by WTB, the ST. The tyres are the very nice WTB Venture in 47mm by 650. What's interesting is they've chosen the old school, so to speak, 6-bolt rotor interface for both wheels. That's unusual, but because this bike is a lefty machine, that might have some impact on the rotor choice. This bike will accept 700C wheels, but I believe you have to swap the fork to rigid. I'm not going to do that. I'm running at full suspension, no locking out during the entire review process, and I will not be swapping wheels, which I'm quite well known for because this is the only lefty wheel set I've got. The frame itself is all carbon, and it's finished in a very interesting livery paint scheme, if you will. It's like a gloss olive drab almost with metallic purple highlights. It's pretty sharp looking in person. Probably really nice in the sunlight. It's a bit dark outside and quite gloomy behind the camera. All of the cables are routed internally in the frame, which is pretty much in sync with how gravel bikes are designed nowadays. And there are plenty of attachment points. You've got the awesome bento box mount on the top tube, and you've got mounts on the down tube, seat tube, and beneath the down tube. And finally, the brakes are flat mounted. If you reside in the Atlanta area and you want to see one of these bikes in person, I highly recommend you visit my good mate Sean at Whitetail Bicycles in Milton, Georgia. Sean's shop is the #1 gravel shop in the Atlanta area, and he's got these bikes and more on the floor. In the meantime, between the review appearing, I suggest you follow the Gravel Cyclist Instagram account and like the Gravel Cyclist Facebook page, because I enjoy posting teaser images of the review process along the way. They give you something to look forward to. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the Gravel Cyclist YouTube channel, and don't forget to click the bell button to be notified of future videos as they appear on the channel. I'll see you in the next video.